Hi guys, I'm Andy, welcome back to Backpacking UK, the YouTube channel that's all about hiking, backpacking and wild camping. Right, today I'll be doing a full backpacking gear loadout with all the gear I took with me to complete the Cumbria Way. So officially it's a 112 kilometre, 71 mile trail. Somehow I managed to make it last 78 miles, but I completed the hiking trail in just 3 days. Most people do it in 5, but I did it in 3. 1 for time constraints, 2 because I've covered a huge amount of that area already, so I didn't feel like I needed to take my time as I would do on other hiking trails. So I'm going to go through every single piece of backpacking gear that I took with me. First of all, just show you my hiking gear that I took. So my hiking shoe of choice was a Salomon X Ultra 4. See, with a lot of these sort of hiking trails, you don't necessarily need hiking boots. Sometimes it's a little bit nicer to have something a little bit lighter, a bit more comfy, something that you can really pack in the miles. I mean, I did the Cumbria Way 27 miles and 24 miles. So, you know, quite a few miles a day. So what I took with me was my Darn Tough socks, my just merino wool boxers, super comfy, mountain equipment t-shirt, one of my Castelli cycling base layers. Now, because this backpack does not have a suspended mesh back system, I wanted something that just creates a little bit of space. Actually proved to work really well. Mountain equipment, Ibex shorts, and I've also got some of my vlogging gear, so a little selfie stick tripod in here. I've got my Nightcore. This is a 20,000 power bank. That's a quite heavy power brick, to be fair. I've also got like leads, chargers, an Xped waterproof case, just if it did rain, all my electricals aren't going to get wet. And then my chest rig. Now, the backpack that I took with me was the Atom Packs, the Mo 50 litre backpack. Now, this is actually made in the Lake District. It's handmade. You even get a little card. So Laura made this for me. Now, this is a sub 1 kilo backpack, and yet you wouldn't know because it's made of really thick materials. So on the side of the backpack, I just took, instead of a hydration reservoir, I just took I think this is an 850 ml bottle, yep. So I just took that with me. It's got like a sports type lid on top. Took my Katadyn B3 water filter. When I designed the backpack, I had this additional pocket on top, which is really useful. So in here I've got a little sponge which weighs absolutely nothing, but it's brilliant for wiping condensation off your tent. Some little wipes, trowel, which I did have, some tissue with that as well, and of course my map. So this is Cumbria Way map, Harvey maps. It's waterproof as well, cracking map. So on the other side had my Lecky trekking poles. Now, I don't always use trekking poles, so on the first day I didn't use them, but I tend to use trekking poles when it gets a little bit tougher, especially on the ascents. So I use these for the whole of day 2 and half of day 3. So they are the Lecky Makalu FX Carbon. It's very sunny, so I took a cap. It's really important to do that. I took sun cream as well, but take a cap, gets the sun off your head. You could be in a lot of trouble if you don't do that. On the front of the pack, I just got my rubbish bag, which I just use. I think that's a 3 litre Osprey dry bag. I've got my waterproofs as well. So I've got my Innovate Race waterproofs. So I've got my top and my bottoms in there as well. In my shoulder strap pockets, I had my Garmin Messenger. It's like a SOS device, tracking device. Also allows you to send text messages when you don't have any mobile phone signal, and also my SanDisk Pro head torch as well. So these were just shoved inside the shoulder strap pockets like so. Now all this gear, I'm going to put a long list of what I took with me in the description, so feel to check that out. So with the Atom Packs, the Mo, it's just basically one big sort of storage area inside. There's no sleeping bag compartment, which isn't really necessary for this type of trip and bag. So I've got a Sea to Summit E-Vent dry bag. I absolutely love these because it's a fully water resistant dry bag, but you can squeeze the air out of it. So this is, I think, an 8 litre dry bag. It's got all my clothes in. So I had mounting equipment, clips, fleece, had 2 t-shirts. Now I'm a content creator, you don't need a different t-shirt each day, but if you're a content creator it makes sense that you do. A spare pair of socks, got a little hat, I've got my Montane Terra Light trousers, which I did actually use. They were superb, really light set of hiking trousers. Then I've also got a spare set of underwear, and because it was really quite hot, some really sort of thin and silky base layers, which again, great to sleep in, great when it's just that little bit chilly. So that's all the clothes that I took with me. Now my tent of choice was the 3F UL Gear Lanshan 2. Now this is the Pro 4-season version. So 4-season means it's got solid mesh. Pro means it's basically a single wall sort of hybrid tent. It actually worked really well. Summit camped in this. I was really quite chuffed to bits with this. I think this is like 140 quid, an absolute bargain. Now I got my Big Agnes Rapide SL sleeping mat. This is the wide version, still the comfiest mat I've ever slept on. It's absolutely superb. I've got my Jetboil stash, which is a superb little all-in-one type system. I've got the stoves in here, lighter, I've got my gas, little camping stove, and it's got like a flux ring on, so it's really quite an efficient little cook set. This is, it doesn't weigh a lot at all. It's really good bit of Gucci kit. Now I took my Hilleberg tent pegs. The Lanshan 2 comes with really quite skinny pegs. I knew I wanted to try and do some sort of summit camp, wasn't sure what the winds were like, so I'd rather take thicker, longer pegs with me, so that's what I did. I've got my Decathlon 4-class pillow. It's like 15 quid, still personally the comfiest pillow that I've had. You don't have to spend a fortune all the time. Little pee bag, so I don't have to get out my tent in the middle of the night. Now I've got in here, had all my food in here, which I'll go through with you in a minute. I also took a Sea to Summit spork and also a spoon, mainly because food for one, drinks with the other. You don't have to do that, but I certainly did. And I didn't use my emergency meal, so that's still in there. Right, I'll show you the food that I've brought with me. So snack side today had 2 Eccles cakes and 1 bit of Flapjack. I've also got 2 small bars of Kendal mint cake. I've got another 2 Eccles cakes to have in the big bag of food. This all came from Base Camp Food. Pulled pork from Real Field Mill, Real Tarmac. I've got a chocky pudding for tonight, which I cannot wait to have. I've got 4 sachets of Nescafe latte, so I'll have 2 of these tomorrow morning, 2 of these the next day, so I'll be double dropping these. Loads of caffeine inside of me. The little milk, you get these from Tesco's. This is to go with my chocky brownie, just to make it a little bit less intense. What I'll probably have tonight is the beef and potato hot pot from Expedition Foods. Loads of people rate this, so I'm going to give it a good one tonight. I've also got chicken tikka with rice, big bag. Then for breakfasts, I've got a Radix Nutrition 800 range mixed berry sort of porridge, I think that is, so I'm looking forward to that. I've also got a porridge with apple and cinnamon. Best thing about these dehydrated meals is they're super light, but there's loads of energy in there, which I really need. So going back to the backpacking gear loadout, also had a little towel, my little Toiletries bag, a little Osprey pack bag. I've got an eye mask, proper toothbrush, toothpaste, some eye stuff has stopped me looking really tired, tiny little deodorant can, hair and body wash, Voltarol. I've got some Compeed, plasters, ibuprofen, paracetamols, tiny little towels, earplugs, and my flex tail gear tiny pump 2X. This is the one with a lantern, so I used all that stuff. And then bottom of my bag is a Seed Summit Event dry bag. This had my Zen Bivy Light sleep system in, which is absolutely fantastic. I'll show you a little bit here. So this is the Zen Bivy Light, which is sort of a quilt which acts like a duvet, but it's got this special header piece which stops all the drafts from getting through, and you've just got this like freedom of like a duvet at home. So lastly, just what I've got on the actual hip pockets. So one of these hip pockets had my snacks in, and on the other hip pocket had my little sort of valuables bag that I took with me. So this would have had some cash in, my car keys, my bank card, also got insect repellent, got my sun cream, I've got little hay fever spray, I had hay fever tablets as well, second set of earplugs because I don't sleep if I don't use them, and if I accidentally lose my earplugs I'm in big trouble. And also some lip stuff, because after West Highland Way where I completely trashed my lips, that was pretty bad. I've also got some chewing gum and a little tick remover as well. So all of this all together, everything including my vlogging kit, weighed 10.5 kilos. Now excluding vlogging kit and excluding water, it was like 8.99 kilos, and that included all my food and all my snacks. So this was sub 9 kilos, excluding water, which for this sort of time of year it's absolutely fine to do that. I don't need sort of 4-season gear with me where it's really quite heavy. Now some advice for you, what I would say is don't always go light. Think about the conditions, pack for the conditions, and also if you want a lighter weight pack you've got to make sure it's a lighter weight as well. You just try and save weight through just buying a lighter pack, fill it full of 15 kilos worth of gear. You're going to be really uncomfy and you're really going to regret that decision. But I'm going to list everything in the description. If you've got any questions, just feel to put them in the comment section. I'll get back to you. But thanks for watching. Please check out my Cumbria Way videos and hope to see you backpacking soon. Cheers.